do I get clean water? You know, if there's a medication that a young mother can take so she won't transmit HIV to her unborn children. But if she, let's say she gets that 33-cent drug that she has to take, that she only has to take for 1 month, 33 cents a day, and she takes it for 1 month, 98% of the cases that take that drug will not transmit the virus to their child. But once they do that, they then have to say, well, how am I gonna make sure that I don't transmit it another way? A young mother can't breastfeed; she's got to use formula. So if you can't get clean water, then you're going to give your child some other problem if you don't have access to clean water to give formula. So you have all these little things. It's all little things. It's all simple things. It's all things that are not expensive, but it's a labyrinth of questions. And as a young person, HIV specifically is directly connected with poverty, and it's wiping out us on another continent. It's taking the people that are the workforce, the people that are raising families, the people that are the future, that are going away. You have communities where you go and you have a grandmother and you have children, and the middle is gone. And so we don't have to, you know, make that our problem. We're not obligated to. I mean, we are safely distanced from true, you know, atrocities in the world. But what we've seen and what we believe in, which is why we're walking, is when you meet people that are choosing to be with those that are in the worst situation, they're people that have taken time from a better job to be working with somebody that is struggling in that community. They're young people that have HIV, that have no time, no money, but are taking time to be with others in their community to do what they can. It's individuals over and over and over doing really small things that are creating real change. Now, what's happened with our generation is we've gotten access to each other. Everybody can talk to each other. We can share ideas, we can share messages, we can share stupid videos about shooting squirrels in a slingshot. Which I think is funny, but maybe a little unique. But that's probably not a good moment for me. The point is we can share stupid stuff, we can share life-changing things, we can change the world. It's our choice. I feel like this moment is a time in history, and it may seem big, but it really is a time in history where we, as a group of people, were given a mantle that says, you can set the bar. You're going to set the bar for how we use our phones, how we use our ideas, how we share information, how we connect the fact that something happens halfway around the world and we know about it immediately. So if you know about it and you know that it's, you know, it's you. I mean, it is you guys. It's young women. Most of those that are struggling in Africa that are dying of HIV are young women and young guys. But women are actually even more affected. And then the cycle of poverty with young children it's staggering. And when you know it, when you know that you can do something about it, how can you not? So this is the question with the walks is, this is not about feeling guilty. This is not about going, wow, that was heavy. I want to forget about it because it was too much for me.
And also, it's not about us asking you guys to do more than showing up, because actually showing up in the first place is really what matters. Because we could say now, hey guys, will you each give us $1? But that's not the point. I don't want to ask that question, because that's not the question that really needs to be asked right now. The question that needs to be asked right now is, why are we here, and are we going to make good on the fact that we are here?
Yeah. And can you remember, you know, a simple walk where, you know, you got a little mud between your toes? Because that's the thing that we can take out into the world is, how many people can get in this conversation? How many bodies can have shown up? Because what you guys do with your ideas, with the jobs you take, the businesses you start, families that you raise, the people that you talk to, that's the biggest, that's where the force of change will happen. And what's happened over the last 20 years with great leadership by people like Bono, who's gone out there and asked governments to give, and groups that have onto the ground and are doing grassroots work, there's real change that's happened. But the shift that has to happen is our age group and people that follow need to take what we've got and we need to put it to work, and we need to go direct. We need to give the money. We need to raise money for the doctors that are doing the work. We need to put it in the hands of those that are building schools. We need to support companies like Tom's that are turning their business into a way to give. And you guys, maybe the next, there may be 3 or 4 people here, or maybe many more, that are going to have a better idea. But the way to truly make this thing change, and our brothers and sisters literally that are struggling with extreme poverty, to help them change their situation so that they can be the ones to take the lead, is to take our passions and our talents and our ideas and use that as the way to change. It's not to do it on the side, not just on the weekend, not one day when we have enough money to really make a difference, and when we're comfortable and we have something to put aside, but to take what we've got. And today, that's your feet. That's just being here. And that's what the symbol of the walk is. We're walking. This is our life. This is our day. This is our actions every day. Simple things. But you're taking that and you're putting it to work. We're a band. We travel. We get to go to cities around the country and around the world. So we say, well, we can take that opportunity and we can treat it as a time to get together with people. So it's that question that you guys can all leave with, which is like, I don't have to feel guilty about this. It's not my obligation, but man, think what I could get done if I took what I'm good at and to maybe it's networking with people, maybe it's a business idea, maybe it's a technology you're developing, maybe it's a group of musicians, maybe there's so many ways. But today you started with a walk, and you started with being next to those that are struggling by saying, I'm going to take my shoes off, I'm going to take my time out, and I'm going to put it to work. So that's what this walk is about. And you guys, we've done more than 130 of these walks. We've walked more than, we've shown up in more than 130 cities and walked this mile. But we've also seen thousands and thousands of people do it. And it doesn't, our impact is only what we can create. But you guys with us, and people that have taken leadership and organized their own walks, which you guys can do through the Take the Walk campaign, we've seen people organize their own events. More than 12,000 miles have been organized and done without us. People that have gotten their schools together, their churches together, their sports teams. We've seen 12-year-olds that get their elementary school to go walk. We've seen people take their colleges and get them all to walk.
We've seen law firms take their lunch break and do a walk.
We talked about walking around the world. We set up the site, takethewalk.net, so that we can have a symbol of movement. And with every person that's here today, like we said, we're going to give $1 for you. Okay, the Take the Walk campaign is giving $1 for you. But that dollar and that mile, they're important because you can see how these little things compile to build a school, to drill a well, to provide the shoes, to provide HIV medication, and you can see how the movement happens. We've circled the globe more than once. Think about the power of just these little gatherings, and how the symbol of circling the globe. What other things can we do if we can walk around the world? Think about what else we can do. So that's the message of this. That's why we're walking. Is what do you have? What can you use? What can you do? How can you take the walk further? And let this be your first mile, not your last. So thank you guys so much for walking with us. Thanks for being with us. We are going to sing a song for you guys at the end, sort of like a thank you. And if you guys are coming to the show tonight, make sure you put your name down and you get your stamp so that we know you took the walk. We try and make sure that if people left the show to come to the walk, they can get in the front of the line and won't lose their spot. At least, people that didn't walk, they're coming to the show tonight. They can't cut in front of you. So, just a note for people that come to see us tonight at the Tabernacle. We hope all of you guys will.
Yes.
Woo! You guys want to finish this walk?